So guys, it's me, Taquito Man 64, and today we're going to be talking about yet another Five Nights at Freddy's fan game. And I'm going to be honest, I love playing FNAF fan games and I love talking about them. I think they're really cool and awesome, so that's what we're going to be talking about. Five Nights at Freddy's, The Untold Story, which this game I've only heard about once, seen Daco play it, and that's pretty much it. And I never heard of this game again, so I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to play it today, and so that's what we're going to talk about. And remember to sit back, relax, grab you a bag of dated and unoriginal disappointment, and grab a fizzy faz and hit that like and subscribe button. We're going to talk about Five Nights at Freddy's, The Untold Story. So now it's time to talk about the history of Five Nights at Freddy's, The Untold Story. This game was released 4 years ago. I could not find a release date of this game. I looked for it and I could not fudging find it. That's like scrubbed from the internet for some odd reason. All I know is that it was released 4 years ago and it was made by Osta Games and Predator. Also, I'm pretty sure I got help by someone named Freddy Faz Gamer, but they're just not on the Game Jolt page, but they're in the splash screen. And also a bunch of other people worked on this game, so I'm gonna put their name up on the screen. I don't really have much time to name them one by one, so yeah. Fun fact, I was actually gonna play another game made by Pred Games. It was Fred Bear's backstory, but I just never finished it for reasons. But yeah, also there's another game that I was gonna play before this for a video. It was gonna be Return to Freddy's 2 Rebuilt, but apparently I found out that that game is kind of controversial and I heard things about the person who made it, so I'm just not gonna play that. So I just decided to make a video on this game instead. So yeah, that's really about as much history as I could tell you about this game because I could barely find anything. So yeah, let's move on. Now the story of Five Nights at Freddy's, The Untold Story is that you play as a guy named Jacob and you're probably a paranormal investigator. The reason why I say that is the note you get in the game tells you that the place you were talking about last month, which was Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, they found some old tapes and they want you to go there so you can listen to them before Fazbear Entertainment comes in and takes everything from the establishment, because I think this game personally takes place in between FNAF 2 and FNAF 1, right before they open up the building you play in FNAF 1. So yeah, you go to the building and you listen to these tapes. And these tapes are by a security guard who was basically locked in here, who was trapped and betrayed by Fazbear Entertainment and locked in the building. And he basically complains a lot about it and tells you how to play the game. And at least to me, Bro kind of sounds weirdly like Owen Wilson. It's mostly how he delivers his lines and like kind of reminds me of him. So that's pretty funny. And on night 2, he mentions how he gets attacked by Foxy and he tried to use the key he had on the door, but he just couldn't leave. And on night 3, he talks about how he was cut off from society and they just won't let him out. As many times as he tries to bang on the windows and scream, just nobody can hear him, which is a genuine horrifying thought to be trapped in a pizzeria like this with killer robots. That's like actually terrifying. So yeah, and he basically tells you how to deal with Freddy and that he's been seeing Golden Freddy everywhere. Ooh, scary. And then unfortunately on night 4, he doesn't get out alive. He unfortunately gets killed by Freddy Fazbear. No, why? Come on. Why'd you have to kill my comfort character like that? No. And so, yeah, pretty much after that, the guy dies and there's nothing really else for the story because there is no ending to the game, no like check or anything. The game just ends after night 5 and that's it. Even after playing night 6 and beating night 7, nothing happens. It legitimately just, it ends and that's it. It just ends so abruptly. There's no ending, no conclusion. That's just it. What you see is really what you get. So, yeah, that's the story of Five Nights at Freddy's, The Untold Story. Now it's time to talk about the gameplay of Five Nights at Freddy's, The Untold Story. The gameplay consists of you looking to your left door, the right door, and the window in the center. And you can click on all 3 of them to use a flashlight. But be aware that the flashlight has battery and you can run out of it. Just don't use it way too much. Just don't hold the light on the doors or the windows or you'll probably run out. So yeah, you have a camera system and it's pretty much useless. You can just use it to see the animatronics renders, but like I said, they're pretty much useless because by night 4 you're pretty much never gonna use these ever again. So yeah, you have a maintenance panel to your right and it's pretty goddamn useful. It's actually how you ward off the animatronics. You have a way to turn off the lights, and then you have a jam signal, or what I like to call the shotgun, because when the animatronics leave when using it, it makes a really loud sound, so that's why I call it the shotgun. So yeah, that's pretty much the gameplay, other than the fact that you have to survive till 6 a.m. Now it's time to talk about the real meat and potatoes of the game, which is the animatronics. On night 1, you're introduced to Bonnie and Chica. Bonnie and Chica will leave the stage and roam around the building, and they will go to your left door. And when you see them in your left door, quickly go over to your maintenance panel and turn off the power, because they can't see you in the dark. So yeah, I don't know why they don't have night vision, but they don't, but that's positive for you. So yeah. Now, night 1 is actually a pretty goddamn challenging night. For night 1, the animatronics are really fudging aggressive for no reason, and I don't get it. So yeah, now it's time to talk about night 2, which night 2 introduces you to Foxy. He'll start in Pirate Cove, and he has 3 stages in Pirate Cove where he will have curtains closed and the curtains will open, and then he will get off of the stage, and then he will leave that camera and enter his phase 2, where he'll be in a camera right in front of your hallway, right in front of your window as a hallway, and he will stay in the far back. He'll go to the center, and then he will be really close to the camera, and once he leaves, you have to hit him with the flashlight and he'll just go away. Night 2 is actually pretty goddamn challenging compared to night 1. You have 2 mechanics and they're just very fudging aggressive. Like, the animatronics are really aggressive on night 2. So yeah, and then you have night 3, which introduces you to Freddy Fazbear, and he will leave the stage and roam around the building till he gets to your right door. And if you see him at your right door, just use the maintenance panel's jam signal and he will go away. And you're also introduced to Golden Freddy, which if you see him in your office, just flip up the camera and he'll go away, which I think he's actually tied to the camera. So like, if you don't flip them up, I don't think you'll ever see him. So yeah, that kind of sucks. So that's night 3. It's pretty goddamn difficult, more challenging than night 2, and it's just like way more aggressive. Like, the animatronics are so fudging aggressive, except for Freddy. He's a little less aggressive, but like, he's still pretty goddamn aggressive. So yeah, now it's time to talk about night 4. Night 4, I'm pretty sure you're introduced to Springtrap, but I just never seen him. I'm pretty sure he's tied to the cameras like Golden Freddy, and if you see him, I'm pretty sure you just have to jam the signal and he'll go away. But like, again, I'm not too sure because I never fudging seen Springtrap at all, because I just never used the cameras. It's just pretty much a more difficult night 3, and the animatronics are way more aggressive, like very goddamn aggressive, and that's pretty much it. And so now you have night 5, which are introduced to a new animatronic, being Chaos, which I was calling him Grimace the entire time because he's purple, and by night 5 you don't even get his name. He just comes out of nowhere. His mechanic is pretty much just like all the other animatronics. He will go to your left door, turn off the lights, and he will leave after you hear him laugh. You will go to the center, which is your window, and you'll have to flash him with the flashlight, and when he makes it to the right door, you just have to jam the signal, and when you see him in front of you, just flip up the camera. He pretty much is a combine of all 5 of the animatronics you'll see, maybe even Springtrap, but again, I never fudging seen Springtrap at all, so like, yeah. He's kind of challenging, but like not really that. I first tried night 5. It's pretty goddamn aggressive night, but like, I first tried night 5 because my strategy just worked 100%. So yeah. And then you have night 6, which is just all the animatronics active, including Chaos, and it's just a more challenging night 5. And I died once to Chaos, but I'm gonna tell you a pretty funny story. When I died to him, I seen that he had Freddy's head and hat, and he was just missing the ears. So I thought he was Cake Bear from Dormitibus. And I thought this game was in the Dormitibus universe. And that made me kind of upset because, you know, Dormitibus is Dormitibus.
I love kids, Charlie. I love kids.
But then I found out his name was Chaos and I was all in the good. So yeah, I was not tricked into playing a game in the Dormitibus universe. So that's awesome. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That's the gameplay of the game. It's pretty goddamn fun, but it's like not the best because you can just kind of camp the office. So like I have to detract a couple of points from that. But overall, I genuinely a really fun FNAF fan game and way more fair than Fredbear's backstory. I'm not the biggest fan of that game. I will complete it one day and make that video, but right now I'm not. So yeah, I think this game is pretty good, pretty fun. It's just like pretty standard Five Nights at Freddy's fan game. So yeah, I didn't beat Night 7. Maybe one day I will, but so I actually beat Night 7. It was pretty goddamn easy. For max mode, I kind of just used the same strategy I used on Night 6. And so yeah, it's genuinely really easy. This might be one of the easiest FNAF fan games I've ever played. Because even I was able to beat the max mode, which I usually never do. I haven't even beat one of the official max modes in any FNAF games. This was the only one I beat, and it was in a fan game because it was just really easy. So yeah, that was just the gameplay of this game. And now we're gonna move on to the conclusion. So now, for the conclusion of this video, I think the game is pretty goddamn solid. It's just a really what you see is what you get game. It's not as good as some other FNAF fan games, but if I were to rank all the ones I played right now, I would still say Five Nights at Krusty Krab is still in dead last if the game just wasn't really all that fun. Five Nights at Candy's above that one because I think that Five Nights at Candy's just genuinely is not that fun of a game. It's pretty goddamn boring. The nights are really fudging long. And by night 5, I was so bored of playing the game that I kind of just brute forced my way to beating it. So yeah, I'm just not really a big fan of Five Nights at Candy's. And then above that would be actually the game I just played right now, Five Nights at Freddy's The Untold Story, because I don't think it's necessarily as good as some of the other ones higher up on the list. It's just like very Five Nights at Freddy's fan game. It's not bad, it's just taken down a couple of points because you can just camp the office. I think there should have been some camera mechanics so you at least had to use the cameras, but hey, that's just me. And then the game above that is another Return to Freddy's 1 remake. I think that game was pretty fun, pretty good. It's just another what you see is what you get in that fan game, and I think it was genuinely just a little bit better than this game. And at number 2 would be Five Nights at Freddy's Fazbear's 85. I think that was genuinely a really good FNAF fan game because it was genuinely really fun and it reminded me a lot of the Scott Cawthon games. And you probably know what number 1 is. It is Return to Freddy's Winter Wonderland. That game is just so good. I think it's genuinely the best Five Nights at Freddy's fan game ever made. And yes, every time I make one of these videos, I will have to glaze that game. It's pretty much perfect. So yeah, Five Nights at Freddy's The Untold Story is a very good and very high quality Five Nights at Freddy's fan game. I think all the people who made this game did a great job, and it's like genuinely pretty good. I'm gonna link it in the description below if you want to play it, and I think you should. It's pretty fun, but be aware, I forgot to mention this earlier, that a lot of Five Nights at Freddy's fan games have a lot of false positives, which are basically fake viruses that don't exist. And so I say be cautious because they do have a lot of false positives in them. And so I say run it under Windows Security's virus check if you're not too sure. But if you're using Linux, I don't know anything about that. I don't know if it has any virus protection, so take it as you will. So yeah, this game was pretty good, and that's pretty much all I gotta say about it. I hope you guys liked this video. If you want to see more like this, in the comments below. And thanks for the support like always. This was your host, KeelMan64. See you all in the next one. Goodbye.